podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.
PNR.
Blueberry.
This podcast is a member of the Blueberry Network. Blueberry. No E's. That's Blueberry, BLUBRRY.com. Blueberry.com.
This podcast is a proud member of the Lamb Podcasting Network. Find the network at largeassmovieblogs.com.
Hey guys, it's TC here from the KirkhamReport.com, eCinemaOne.com, and Planet BiblioMusica with my thoughts and feelings about the finals, the grand final of the Eurovision Song Contest this year. First off, I want to apologize. We were planning to live blog the results and the show, but we ran into a problem. As everybody knows, we are based in America, and we no longer have a television outlet for Eurovision. Damn logo for dumping it after 3 years. So we had to go online, and it was a fiasco. To put it bluntly, it was a clusterfork from beginning to end. We had terrible reception, even with our VPN. We ended up switching feeds a number of times. Finally ended up watching the Israeli Sign Language feed because it was having the least amount of interference, of buffering. The Eurovision feed on YouTube was absolutely terrible. It crashed every minute or so. We ended up missing one whole song. I'd seen it at the semifinals, but Kim had not. Let me run down everybody's performance, first of all. We did have a lot of great guests on the show on the finals yesterday. At the time we're doing this, it is May 19th, and the finals they're about halfway over at the time I'm recording this, at about 5 o'clock Eastern. We did have some great performances. Of course, Madonna was there producing during the interval act, performing Future with Quavo, and opening with Like a Prayer. She got into a little bit of snafu because they had a bit of a thing with the where she had the Israeli and Palestinian flags side by side, and some Israeli people were not happy with that. The EBU was not happy with that. We'll get into that more in a little bit later. Opening the show was no, that's actually wait a minute, let's move on from there. We had at the finals an opening from, was it Dana? I'm not sure who opened the final. Nadav Gujev, I hope I said that right, with Golden Boy, Dana International, and Idan Rochelle also performed during the show. Bodhi Come to Me, together with the finalists. We got an appearance from Gal Gadot in a little 3-minute filmed piece about how each Eurovision song is just 3 minutes. We did get this little bit where former champions performed, or not all champions, some were second placers, performing a previous winning song or close to winning song. We had Conchita Wurst performing Heroes, which was Mans Zemerlo's song from 2015. Mans then came out and performed Fuego, which was Elena Ferreira's song from last year. Elena came out and performed Dancing Lascia Tumbai from 2007, which was Verka Serducha. And Verka, of course, was there to perform Toy, Netta looking on, but Netta did not participate in that. She later did Nana Banana. Gail Atari joined those champions and runners-up with her winning song, Hallelujah. This was before my time, so I wasn't really familiar with any of the earlier stuff from that they did, but it was interesting to watch it. Now let's get into what we thought of the show itself. Kicked off with Malta. Chameleon from Michaela, a direct repeat of her semifinal performance. Excellent job. Albania performed Jonita Maliki with Kesju Tokas, which means return to your land in English. Exquisite performance here. She did the walking before she started singing. She tried to walk and sing at the same time at the semis and was a little bit off key. This time she moved forward. Again, dynamic performance. Lake Malawi was third from the Czech Republic with Friend of a Friend. I'm not crazy about this song, but their performance live was top notch again. They had a great performance at the semis too. Then came Germany. Sisters performing Sister, in other words, the Gamora and Nebula theme from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Great live performance. First time for them because they were one of the big five. Didn't perform until the finals. Sergei Lazarev out with Scream next from Russia. A repeat of the semis. I didn't like the staging on the song, but I love that song. He's just terrific. Denmark was up next. Leonora, Love is Forever. I still haven't figured out quite how this got into the final. Over Armenia's Working Out by Serbuk was eliminated in the second semifinal, and this was one of the songs that got through it. I'm like, what? Ugh. I take a drink here. Nice little happy performance, you know. This song was so out of place compared to everything else. Just because of it. I get a distinct 80s vibe from that song. She's nice and a good singer, though. Serhat was up next with Say Na 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 from San Marino. Much improved performance from the semis where he had problems with his headset, I'm pretty sure, because he was so off key that first chorus on Tuesday. I didn't think he'd get through, and he did. Great performance live today on that. Tamara Tadevska with Proud, my number one song this year, if you've been following along, from North Macedonia. The first time they've competed under that name. Previously, they were the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, or FYR Macedonia. Stupendous live performance. Staging was dull. I wish she'd had some of the ladies from the video there. It would have been a lot better staging. John Lundvik was up next for Sweden, and the most overrated song of the year, Too Late for Love. I don't understand the love this song has. It's a good little pop song, but Eurovision champion? No, I'm sorry. I don't even think it should even be in there, even considered, and yet it's one of the three or four huge fan favorites. I haven't figured out why yet. Zala Kravti and Gaspar Santi were up next for Slovenia with Sebi. Love their performance. Her voice is exquisite, but those white outfits, and the same thing, Lazarev had white on too. I don't know what it was with Eurovision and white outfits this year, but it just didn't work for me. The song is beautiful though. Tamta was up next with Replay, a favorite of the fans from Cyprus. It did not do well, as we'll see in a few minutes. The performance was just as good as it was on Tuesday. The Netherlands were up next, and one of the fan favorites, one of the bookies' favorites, Duncan Lawrence and Arcade. Again, I think this song is way overrated. It's a good song. It's a pretty melody. I would have picked it to be a mid-chart hit rather than a huge hit, but, you know, Europeans have different tastes than Americans, and they have a lot of different tastes than Americans. I don't think that song would be necessarily a huge hit here, but it's a pretty song, and I have to admit, live, it's much better than it was in the video. He is a dynamic vocalist live. Greece was up next, Katerin Duska with Better Love. She had some problems with her vocals on Tuesday or Thursday, whichever day she performed, I forget which. Much better here, much improved. Staging was just okay. Kobe Marimi, Home, the from Israel, the home country this year, also in making their debut because they don't have to do, the home country does not have to do the semis. Incredible performance from Kobe. He gets very emotional with this song, and at the end of this, he deserved it because it's the finals. Really big shot. Terrific job. We missed much of Kino and Spirit in the Sky due to buffering problems, but I'm not really terribly that big of a fan of that song anyway. I really don't like it that well. It's just meh. I don't know. It must be just me. Everybody seems to be nuts about that. Bigger Than Us from Michael Rice was up next from the United Kingdom. This song did not get the love it deserved. It is a beautiful song. He is a beautiful vocalist. Really got trashed and by the fans, and I don't know why. It's not Our Prayer by Ari Olafsson from last year, which deserved the derision it got. It's a great song. Next up, the act that is least deserving of being here, Iceland, for some inexplicable reason, fan favorite, Hatari, with Hatrio Moon Sigra, which translates to Hatred Will Prevail. I've said this a number of times, I'm going to say it again. Eurovision was founded under the principles of promoting peace and love through music after World War II. This song does not even come close and should not have even been allowed as an entry in Eurovision. I've said it. I'm sorry. There have to be certain lines, and this song crosses it way huge with its staging, with its lyrics. I really, truly, I have no problem with the song. It's the fact that it's in Eurovision that bothers me. If Iceland can't pick something better, don't send anything. Estonia was up next. Victor Krohn and Storm. Again, we had problems watching this because of buffering issues. It's a great little song. It's just out there. I mean, it's a great song. I didn't think it really had a chance to win. Belarus, Xena, the youngest performer of the year, Like It. The song is okay, and I do like the guitar work on the verses. But the video and the staging and Xena herself remind me too much of early 17, 18-year-old Britney Spears, and I just can't get past that, and I mean, that's 20 years old. I can't get past that, and I don't like that very well at all. We completely missed Cengiz with Truth from Azerbaijan, one of the fan favorites. I'm not crazy about the video for this song, but his live performance at the semis was flawless. And I mean flawless. Love the staging, love the vocal. It isn't all tricks in the video. He really has that voice and really can go well. I read where it did the fans liked it pretty well. We did not see that one at all. Completely missed it. Bilal Hassani's beautiful Roi from France. We missed part of this also, which pissed me off. It was the one I really wanted to see. Again, France, one of the big three, about big five. This was the only chance to see it, and we missed it. Stupid freaking... Damn you, Logo, for not carrying the show anymore. Beautiful song, though. I gotta say that. Next up was Italy, also a big five. Soldi from Mahmoud, perhaps the biggest favorite among the fans. Flawless performance for the 2/3 of the song that we were able to see it. He is another one that's able to take the stuff in the video and do it live. I gotta say though, dude, stop wearing the grandpa shirts. That shirt looks like a shirt my grandfather would have worn. Please wear something more up to date. Your voice, sir, I love, but the song is great and definitely would be a worthy winner had it won. It did not. Serbia, Navina Bolkovic with Kruna. Great performance. Again, that dress. I commented on the dress on the live blog on Tuesday or Thursday. Her voice is awesome. The outfit, I didn't really like the staging for Soldi either, I gotta say that. Luca Hani, She Got Me from Switzerland, another fan favorite. This kid is on 100% of the time, and he is really amazing. He's able to do everything he does on the video live and not be out of breath. I could never do that. So hats off to Luca and Switzerland for that. Australia, which has the best staging of the entire season with those insane poles and the stilts. Kate Miller, Heideke, Zero Gravity, kind of like this Sarah Brightman-ish opera pop thing. Amazing job live. She's just incredible. We wrapped it up with La Venda by Mickey from Spain in the 26th spot. Terrific live performance. He is a little off on vocals because he's running all over creation. But he is terrific. I really like that song. So, at the end of the performances, it was really terrific to see everybody do so well. I mean, there wasn't a bad performance in the bunch, and it really serves Eurovision when they can do that good of performances all the way through the final. They had some technical issues with the jury show on Friday, which Kino actually challenged, and the EBU shot them down for camera problems. And there were also sound problems throughout the week. Ultimately, when it came to the judges' scoring, the jury's scoring, I'm trying to find the entire scoring. Let's see, that's the total score. Televotes. I'm looking at it here on Wikipedia. I wish they had it so you could click on it and get it in order. At the end of the jury votes, I believe Sweden was in the lead, and it was a pretty crazy night. Just all the way around, the scores were all over the road. Let me see. I'm gonna have to go down to this one. The jury, the coveted 12 points, was voted to Sweden by 10 countries: Armenia, Australia, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Iceland, Ireland, the Netherlands, and Spain, with the Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Italy each getting 6 DOS points, Czech Republic getting 4, which that is completely inexplicable to me, 2 for Australia, and 1 each for Azerbaijan, Cyprus, Denmark, Greece, Israel, Russia, and Serbia. Now, I gotta be honest here. Bringing this up again, I brought this up the last 2 years. When is Eurovision gonna step in and stop the crap that goes on every year? Every year I've watched it, and from what I've heard, every year since about 2006, between Cyprus and Greece. Greece always votes for Cyprus. Cyprus always votes for Greece. They have never changed that vote in the entire time I've watched it. That kind of voting block, I thought that was not allowed in Eurovision. I also found the comment from the Netherlands judge a little bit weird when he said something like the plan is coming together when he threw in their vote for Sweden. I'm like, because you can't vote for yourself, remember? And it's like, okay, this is kind of weird. There needs to be more rules about how the juries select their choices. Because throughout all of the time they've done this, there's always been these little voting blocks, and they look like they were getting better for a while, and now you got the whole Cyprus-Greece thing, and you got the Nordic countries thing. Come on, let's do it fairly. In the end, I felt really bad for John Lundvik. John was sitting at the top of the votes with the voters, with the juries, when we went to the break. He was, let me find the score. He had, now that's the total score. I can't find, why isn't the judge scores listed here just separately? They only have the added vote without just the judges' scores. Sweden was on top, followed by North Macedonia, and here we go. Sweden had 239, North Macedonia had 237, and the Netherlands had 231 points at the end of the jury vote. I gotta take another drink, sorry. So when those televotes came in, they did it a little bit differently. They went from lowest to highest in the order that the jury votes came in. So that was kind of strange. It's a new procedure they started using this year. It was pretty much down to, could Sweden overtake the Netherlands when they got to the televote? And well, I have to admit, for a fan favorite song, Sweden only managed a 93 from the televote, which is incredibly low for a fan favorite, compared to Russia's 244, which was high for them, I thought. 291 for Norway, 253 for Italy. 91. Wow. John, there's a meme already floating around. By that point, the Netherlands were on top, and it is Duncan Lawrence's Arcade, which is the 2019 Eurovision Grand Champion. The Netherlands' last win came in 1975. Anybody remember what that was? I've talked about it quite a bit on our show and on the Kirkham Report. The last time the Netherlands won Eurovision was with Ding a Dong by T-Chin, 1975. I'm like, wow. North Macedonia had fallen quite a bit. They only got 58 in the televote, but we got to give them credit. Proud, which is the most powerful song of anything, I think, in this year's contest, both finalists and semis that didn't clear. This song needs to be heard by everybody. Please, people with Eurovision, people with Tamara's label in North Macedonia and in Europe, get this to the U.S., get a U.S. label behind it. I guarantee you Proud will become as big a hit as Helen Reddy's I Am Woman once the Me Too and Time's Up people have hooked onto it, and it deserves to be hooked onto. It is a great song reminding women all over the world that when they come out with these horrible things that have been happening to them, people are standing by them. They are proud of them for standing up for themselves, and that is what that song is about, and it is very, very important. It ended up as North Macedonia's best showing in history. They finished in 8th place, and Serhat brought San Marino's first top 20 finish. He finished in 20th place, but I'm betting, regardless of how low it was on Eurovision, that Say Na 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 will follow I Didn't Know, Serhat's last song at Eurovision, onto the Billboard dance charts at some point over the next year, because that song is just so damn infectious, and so damn fun, and so damn goofy. And don't forget, if you need a friend, call Serhat. He's there anytime. Don't forget his number. I love the video for that song. It is a riot and well done and fun. I wish it had had a better shot. It was just a terrific song. Arcade is like I said, not my favorite song. I actually, of the three biggies that were out there, I would have preferred Soldi had won, because that has a lot of quality. Mahmood is an amazing vocalist and really did a great job. They ended up finishing, and I think it was 3rd place. This chart does not allow me a way to resort the scores, unfortunately, like the one does on the semis. But here we go. The finalists. Finalists overall, for points, well, no, I still can't adjust it. I was hoping to do it, but, I feel bad for Germany, Germany had a great song in Sisters. The performance was electrifying, and they got no points from the jury. From the televoting. I'm like, are you kidding me? They deserve better than that. They got 32 points from the jury. They definitely did not deserve to go down with a dreaded 0 point at the end of the night. But at least it was only from one group, so nobody got 0 points overall this year, as has happened in the past. I wonder if I can sort this by country. No, not letting me do that either. Whoever's doing the Eurovision stuff on Eurovision, please make the finals and semifinals stuff sortable. Because it's so much easier. Next year, we can expect to see Eurovision 2020 in, I would bet Amsterdam, not definitely, but obviously they have not hosted it for 35 years, so it's going to be interesting. But I look forward to next year. I actually was trying to talk Kim into maybe trying to go next year. She won't let me go to Hanson Day either. This is, I'm sorry, it's just a personal thing, which was also yesterday, by the way. Yesterday was a whole bunch of stuff. Hanson Day, Eurovision Day, Mount St. Helens Day, and day 18 of our Big G Tokyo Town Stomp Down. If you haven't been listening to it, you should be. 31 days of Godzilla movies. I have no doubt that Amsterdam will put on a great show, or wherever it does end up being hosted in the Netherlands. I'm looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to a few changes, and I've got to be honest. I'm new to Eurovision. I've known about Eurovision since I was about, 10 or 11. I first heard of it when Mosadotis' Eras 2 hit the American chart way back in early 74. It had been the runner-up in 73, or 74, or later in 74. And of course it was more reinforced later with the triple threat, 74, 75, 76, ABBA's Waterloo, Tietjens, Ding a Dong, and Brotherhood of Man, Save Your Kisses for Me, all of which hit the American chart. The middle one, Ding a Dong, not well, just the AC chart, but the other two were pretty big hits in America. Save Your Kisses for Me, in fact, hit number 1 on the adult contemporary chart. There are things that I'd like to see change as a novice in America. One, you need to enforce crap like Iceland from coming in, because this is just, hatred will prevail, not part of Eurovision's basic tenets. There needs to be rules about the kind of material that can be put in. They, of course, got in a whole bunch of trouble at the end, Hatari, or however you pronounce it, for the Palestinian banner they flashed during the televoting. They're in deep crap. They're talking they may even end up suspending Iceland for that. I don't know. We'll see. The other things are smaller. I think that the 3-minute song limit is a little restrictive. I think maybe you could make it between 3 and 3.5 minutes, just to give it a little bit more breathing room. But they do pretty good for what they bring us every year. I want to see Eurovision with an American outlet, and I think that the best thing to do is go to a music-centric network that's willing to run not just the finals, but both semifinals live every year. I wouldn't go to MTV. I'd go AXS, that's Ryan Seacrest's network. You might even try Oprah's network, a couple of other ones out there. Or if you can convince the network to do it, take it to the CW. The CW have made a hit out of the Critics' Choice Awards every year. And although these would be in the daytime in America, if they're running live, usually 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, it's not that much of a trade-off for the affiliates to do that once in a while. There's other things I could talk about, and probably will, as we go on over the next year. I am going to be bringing coverage similar to what we did for Eurovision for Junior Eurovision in November. It'll be the first year we've covered that, and hopefully we'll expand it to the other Eurovision contests throughout the year, including Eurovision Choir, which is coming up later this year, and a few other things. And hopefully the other contests, such as the Young Dancers and the Eurovision Asia Song Contest, which has yet to get off the ground, and the just announced on Thursday American Song Contest. Now, I gotta be honest about that too. They're talking about an American version. It's gonna be on in 2021, they said. I don't think you should do it the way that you're planning it. They're planning to do America contest between the 50 states. No. Let's do it American Song Contest. North America, Central America, and South America. United States competing with Canada, Brazil, Belize, Mexico, so on and so forth. Because that's the way it would be. And also, call it Amerivision, not American Song Contest. I mean, Eurovision Asia should be Asiavision, if you ask me. Or call it Eurovision America. I don't care. But make sure the Eurovision name is in there so it gets credit for being the grandfather of all of this stuff. I will keep that up to date and keep bringing you more information as it comes along. But I really do think it would be much better to do it between the countries of North, Central, and South America rather than the states of just America. We'll see where it goes. In any case, if you've listened to this, thank you. I appreciate it. It'll be up both on the podcast and on the video. And I hope that you will join us. I do music stuff all the time on the KirkhamReport.com. Music memory stuff on PlanetBiblioMusica.com, and of course, normally, Subject Cinema and all the cinema stuff on eCinemaOne.com. I have fun doing this every year, and I hope next year you guys will all join us. We're going to try and do, I'm serious, I'd love to go, but at the very least, I think next year we're going to try a live reaction show, streaming live on YouTube during the finals at least, and see where it goes from there. We might see if it works during Junior, I don't know. We're talking about it. Spread the word. Let everybody know we're out here. Be sure to get in touch with us at eCinemaOne. You can write to us at Subject Cinema at PNRNetworks.com. You can follow me on Twitter at eCinemaOne, eCinemaBoston, and TKR Online, which is the music site. And I hope that you will. And I hope that you'll tweet, retweet, and post our Facebook stuff to your friends and help us spread the word. Until next year's Eurovision, and until our regular shows, I'm T.C. Kirkham from the Kirkham Report. Have a nice year, Eurovision fans.
Podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.